Okay, today we're going to zero in a little bit. We're going to do a sort of a mini lesson on finding the missing ordered pair. And to do that, we're just going to just focus on that one thing for today. So let's quickly review it. We know there's two ways. And in order to figure out those two ways, let's start by looking at an equation. And our equation is going to be C equals 5h plus 15. And standing by itself, that's kind of meaningless. So it really helps us to have a context. So in this question, the C is going to represent the cost. So this is an equation to figure out the cost of something. And the H in the equation, so this H up here, is going to represent the number of hours. So this is an equation that represents Kitch's winter job. Kitch has a winter job shoveling driveways, and he charges people $15 plus $5 for every hour it takes him. So just to get him to come out and do your driveway, he's automatically going to charge you $15, and then so that would be for a 1 hour driveway. And then if it takes any longer than that, he's going to charge you $5 an hour more than that. And we want to be able to figure out the cost for different driveways. All right. Now, in this particular one, we're not using X and Y, but let's remember that our independent variable is the one that we change, and the dependent variable is the one that gets changed by us making changes. So our independent variable here is the H, because that's the one we arbitrarily change. Maybe it's a 1 hour driveway, maybe it's a 5 hour driveway. All right. The cost of that depends on how many hours it takes Kitch to shovel the driveway. So keep that in mind. Dependent variable, independent variable. I'm not always going to use X's and Y's for you. All right. So here's my equation again. And for this one, I'm given some ordered pairs, and in each case, there's something missing. Here it's the second term, here it's the first term, and we have to figure out what the missing term is. All right, now we can create a table of values. To do this, we remember this is our independent variable over here, and I'm going to put an I for independent, and this is our dependent variable. The cost of the driveway depends on how many hours it takes Kitch to shovel it. All right. Now for the first two, they're pretty easy. I can write out my equation. Cost is equal to 5 times the number of hours plus 15. And here I'm told the number of hours is 3. So the cost is equal to 5 times 3 hours plus 15. And the cost is going to equal 15 plus 15. So the cost of the 3 hour driveway is going to be $30. So I can fill my 30 in over here. All right, now for the second one, we write our formula again. Cost is equal to 5 times the number of hours plus 15. And in this case, the number of hours is 2.5. Okay, so we are not always going to work with whole numbers. We are not always going to work with positive numbers. But when you're doing the number of driveways, it would have to be a positive number. Okay, 5 times 2.5, I'm going to grab my calculator here. And 5 times 2.5 equals 12.5. And then I'm going to add that 15. And that's going to be 27.5. So this driveway, a 2.5 hour driveway, is going to cost somebody $27.50. All right, those are really straightforward. They make really good sense to us. We're going to move on to the next two on the next slide. These are not quite as simple. All right, we're still going to use our formula. C is equal to 5 times H plus 15. But this time, it's C that we know. So 40 is going to equal 5 times the number of hours plus 15. All right, now we have to figure out how many hours. Well, if we took this $15 off here, to keep our equation balanced, we'd have to take $15 off here. So we could say $25 is equal to 5 times the number of hours. All right, and we know that 5 times 5 is 25, so H is equal to 5 hours. And we can fill this in over here. For the second one, the cost is equal to 5 times the number of hours plus 15. The cost is now $25. And that's equal to 5 times the number of hours plus 15. Well, let's get rid of that 15 again. We don't need it there. It just makes things challenging. So we'll get rid of it on this side by taking it away. We'll take away 15 over here, and we know we've got 10 is equal to 5 times the number of hours. And we know that 5 times 2 is 10, so H is equal to 2. All right, now I'm going to give you some practice on this. We just need to really be really good at finding the missing ordered pair. All right,